Hey there! So today we have another review. This is the last can of Double Jack. Um, yeah, it's be unfortunate to say goodbye to this beer. Going to be one of the best double IPAs we can have all year, for sure. At least non-hazy. Hell, I don't even know what crazy hazy IPAs I'll have the rest of the year. Yeah, well, who knows? But thank you so much for Firestone for sending this one out. Again, always review these beers just in the hope of finding some awesome new content for you guys. Well, at least for my enjoyment, to see how I guess revisit a beer and say goodbye to a beer. I see hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, and like this is the fourth hello, goodbye, right? So check it out. Beer comes in a beautiful, deep gold color, wonderful fluffy head on that. Thankful to have my Teiku finally. The Treehouse Teiku, decently clean. You guys, I'll say, but anyway. Like I'm gonna miss that aroma. Granted, there's some. Again, if I could find fresh fatheads, that's gonna be the best analogy I can find. Granted, we do lunch around here, main lunch, but granted, like that price is insanity. It's like, again, the 6-pack of fatheads is what, 14, which is a little pricier. A single bottle of lunch is $10, right? Like that's insanity. Like that's like price, whatever. I'm not gonna talk about that right now, but. Digging this guy. It's got a nice kind of like biscuity, light, bready sweetness to it. On the nose, it's just like big, like West Coast. I mean, on the more tropical side, right? Peaches, oranges, ripe. Pineapple. Cheers. So, again, the first initial attack is that kind of like danky thing. So now I'm a little bit more familiar with beer. Now I'm getting like cohesive element of what this beer makes sense to be, which is that kind of like combination of like, geez, I really wish I could. I'll post description below if I can like find, but I'm gonna guess this beer is maybe Simcoe, or definitely Simcoe, maybe Mosaic. Trying to guess the real hops they use. Geez, what is even in the original Double Jack? Oh, probably should look at the homebrew recipe because like they've removed obviously like the content of like what Double Jack was on the website. I'm gonna guess Citra, Amarillo, Columbus, maybe. So on the palate, it is just juicy. Sweet oranges, pineapple, peach, all that West Coast juiciness that this is just the most juicy kind of like what we used to call juicy. I used to call juicy. I'm thinking about juicy back in grapefruit days, like when juicy was like I think that you're reaching for versus like, hey man, this tastes like a freaking Tropicana, like bomb. This is beer juicy. In the sense that there's this kind of like juicy, sweet, crunchy malt character. The malt is giving this kind of like caramel, biscuity sweetness, and it plays with this kind of like flavor of like orange, pineapple, peach, grapefruit. But it's a beer flavored in the sense of like not like, again, in that like hazy realm, right? Big alcohol. It's like this got this like oomph character that like Heady Topper gives, where it's just like whoa, like. But that beer is like 8%, right? It's like oomph, kind of like intensity, big intensity. Man, this is just a good double IPA. Again, it is not meant for 16-ounce cans. Like it really should be in 12-ounce cans. It's just such a big flavor impact that with the alcohol, where it is just a little bit too big for its own sake. It differentiates itself, where it's like, all right, well, like why? Do we only want to enjoy the greatest of IPA, double IPAs at 7.5, 7, or 7.5, 8? Why not just boom fit up off a notch up to 9.5? Excuse me, and that's like sort of what this beer does. Yeah. And as I talk about it more, there's that kind of lingering kind of like plasticky dank thing that this beer does, which is quite fun. Some that And then like that's the other thing. You get this like hop scraping freshness coming through, which is always very fun with this with hoppy beers, where it's just so hoppy, where it's like pine sap and hops just like sticking in your tongue, which is like the expression of just hop saturation. It's a really beautifully hop saturated beer. Just like so excited to have this beer. Sorry. Yeah, just excited to have the last one. Had a long day at work. Not a fun day at work either. So, cool. Beautifully dry. Again, I'm gonna complain to you, Firestone Walker. Make it more bitter. It really, to make this a like near perfect beer, it really needs a stiffer kind of like back into it. We're just lacking that. It's just like follows just a little bit flabby on the back end. I'm getting all the beautiful elements, and it's bitter, but just not quite enough. No, sorry, not even quite enough. Like, it definitely needs more. Like, I can surely say that in the sentence. Needs more bitterness. If I had to give feedback to Firestone Walker, needs more bitterness, period. Like, that's the biggest flaw about this beer. Not even close. Yeah. I had mentioned multiple reviews. So, rating. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, man. It's so freaking good. Again, it's a flashback to, it is boozy though. Oof, my God, be careful. So that's the other flaw about this beer. 9.5. Like, I don't remember the beer was 9.5. Yeah, I can't remember if the beer was 9.5. Maybe it was. It probably was. Oh my God. Wow. So I'm just like not remember the beer quite correctly. Maybe, I don't know. But in a perfect sense, it maybe be 9, maybe not 9.5. But I'm also like, right, like I'm like giving it a compliment for being a bigger beer than like some other IPAs and differentiating itself. But then like I'm also like pushing it back from, I'm going back and forth. And that's sort of like the lovely thing about these beers, where you can fight about arguments about, well, should it be this or should it be that? But the beer's so good. So like, what's the freaking point about arguing, right? But I will say the one thing I can definitively say is that it definitely can push up some IBUs on this guy. So, yeah, what did they say about this beer again? Always fun. The last beer of this 4-pack, 54 IBUs on a 9.5 West Coast double IPA. I mean, come on, like we can definitely go to 75 IBUs. Yeah, for sure. Grapefruit, tangerine, pineapple, pine, mango, peach. Let's go. Medium malty, alcohol sweetness, firm bitterness. Definitely not firm bitterness. Full bodied, sure. Warming alcohol for sure. Yeah, fantastic beer. Rating? -98. Very good. Until next time, guys. Cheers later.